Hi, I'm Elmaria, and this is me answering my friends' Tolkien questions that they randomly text message to me in the middle of the day. This first one is from my friend Erin. She wants to know more about the kingdoms of Arnor and Gondor. So many of you have seen the movies, and that's awesome, but maybe you haven't read the book, or maybe you haven't read the appendices, so you know what Gondor is. We know this kingdom, but did you know that it was only one of 2 kingdoms of men? That's right, there is another northern kingdom called Arnor. So here's a little insight into the story of Arnor. Now I'm going to try to avoid some spoilers because I am watching Rings of Power with my friend Erin, and I don't want to ruin anything for her. So there's another kingdom way before these 2 kingdoms, the kingdom of Numenor. It's basically Tolkien's Atlantis. That probably gave away too much information, but ignore that, Erin. Ignore that. What matters here is that Elendil and his 2 sons, Isildur and Anarion, end up leaving Numenor. Elendil sails to the north of Middle-earth and founds the kingdom of Arnor. And his sons go south and they start the kingdom of Gondor. The kingdom of Arnor was as equal to, or if not greater than, Gondor. It was also where the capital city of Annúminas was, where High King Elendil ruled. His sons, meanwhile, ruled south in Gondor, and that would be Isildur and Anarion. Isildur is, of course, very famous for not throwing a ring into the fire, though the Peter Jackson movies did him a little dirty, though. There are 2 items that come out of Arnor and Gondor that sort of symbolize ruling and the authority to rule in those 2 places. So in Arnor, we have the scepter of Annúminas, and in Gondor, we have the crown of Gondor. And it is very important that in The Return of the King, Aragorn is eventually crowned with the crown of Gondor and is given the scepter of Annúminas. These 2 items combined give Aragorn the authority to rule over both the North and the South Kingdom, that he is like uniting them back again, and it's awesome. But that is definitely remembering ahead here. So then we have to ask, well, what the heck happened to Arnor? Well, what didn't happen to Arnor, man? After Elendil died, as often does, there is a lot of fighting about who should be leading the new kingdom after the king is dead. And usually that results in a civil war. And in this case, that's exactly what happened. Now, the kingdom eventually gets split up into 3 kingdoms, where you have Cardolan, Rhudaur, and Arthedain. 3 kingdoms, all fighting for the right, all claiming to be the rightful kingdom, all claiming to have the rightful king. Now, sadly, this leaves the Northern Kingdom very vulnerable to the Witch King of Angmar. That's right. And you know who this is too. You've seen him before. Sadly, in the end, the Witch King does what even Civil War couldn't do. And he absolutely contributes to the fall of the kingdom of Arnor. And what happens to all the people who are citizens of the kingdom of Arnor? They become the Dunedain. The Dunedain, of course, are where we get the Rangers and where we get Aragorn, Strider, everybody's favorite king before he's king. All right, anybody, if you are my friend, you can text me a question that you would like to publicly have me answer on TikTok. And if you are a TikTok follower, feel free to ask any questions. Though be warned, I will only answer the eagle question once. So choose wisely. All right. Like and subscribe, or whatever people say.